My name is Cole Morgan, and I love photography. I first got into photography about halfway through high school when I saved up enough money to buy myself a Canon PowerShot S90, I think. And I got it really because I wanted to start taking snapshots of just my friends at school. It was right around when Facebook started getting big, and I remember a lot of my friends had cameras and I wanted a camera as well. And then about a year later, so I was going into my senior year, my father got a Nikon D40, and he let me play around with it, and he only needed it for work, and so I could use it all the other times. And I got more interested in street photography, and I wanted to take photos around Chicago, where I'm from. I have a long commute from school to home, and I wanted to take photos on my way home. And from there, I just really got more and more interested in photography, artistic photography, I guess fine art photography. And I took photos on my own of anything that caught my eye for a couple of years until I got to college. And I guess at the beginning of summer last year, I got my first film camera, which was a Nikon FE on eBay for a steal. And I got 2 lenses for it, a 50mm and a 28mm, also off of eBay. And my dad had an old 135mm Vivitar lens. I got very into it, and this is also around the time when I got interested in Flickr, which has just helped me, has helped motivate and inspire me. So this is my Pentax. This is an Asahi Pentax K1000. I believe it was made in the 80s, late 80s. I got it off of eBay. It's a great place to find analog cameras, especially 35mm cameras. This is a 35mm camera, meaning that it takes 35mm rolls of film. I usually get 36 exposure rolls. What I like about this camera is its spot-on metering. The meter in this camera is more or less manual, so that whenever I look at a certain light source, it tells me, it just has a needle that goes between a plus or a minus sign to let me know whether or not the picture will be over or underexposed. And it just makes it very simple to take a picture that has pretty perfect exposure. What I like about this camera is that it makes me feel as though I'm really working for the picture that I'm taking, the most out of any 35mm camera that I have. Just because I've moved over to film doesn't mean that I dislike digital at all. But my main goal with photography right now is just to keep learning and keep emulating the photographers that I admire, and I do that with Flickr. And right now, Flickr comprises most of my aspirations for the future of my photography. I don't really see it as much more than a hobby, but it's a serious hobby at that. So.
That's it, that's it. A little crazier. Zoom in all the way to the lens and let's see if you can see me with the umbrella.